It's
Hey,
dark.
everybody.
We have sunglasses.
Hit it. Welcome to the Boba's Alliance Roundtable, episode 11 and episode 10. Don't go back and search for episode 10. We decided not to release that to the public because of our in depth discussion of territory war defense and Mandalorian spoilers. So, those are two subjects that are taboo for tonight. We're not going to go deep into TW defense or Mandalorian spoilers, but what we are going to do is, given the illustrious nature of the guests at the round table tonight, we've made a decision that we're just going to leave the feather in the middle of the table and kind of let the conversation flow as it may. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Beefed Martine, and I've played the game for quite a few years, and I got one account now, and it's over 5 million GP, but the game's been good to me lately. I've been having fun on here. And let's introduce the others in the room and let the questions and answers go as they will. We'll leave the feather in the center. How about you, Draven?
Okay, it's me. Okay, yeah, I'm Draven. I'm at 5.6. I've been playing for quite a while, and I already told Queen this earlier. I on Christmas Eve I did the light side Malik event, and I 3-starred it, and now I'm have a goal to try to do dark side and complete it hopefully before New Year. So I got only a couple of days, but I'm really close.
What gear are your droids?
Dark side Malik. I need dark. I have Dark Revan. I have Bastila and Cantorus Ordo are the two people that are at Gear 8. And I'm trying to gear them up as fast as I can.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Clash on Camino. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gear
it's
8.
Malik who I'm doing.
Gear 8, no way. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have enough power to actually do the event. Even though I have a Relic 3 HK, I have people to carry their weight right now. It's just they're just not high enough to even do the event.
Yeah, that HK was the last one I geared up, and so I guess when I asked what gear are your droids, I must have meant that.
Yeah,
Well,
no problem.
who's this other person sitting at the table?
Oh, it's Avanash.
Hey, welcome. Good to see
Avanash.
you.
Hey, yes. I let's see. I'm down to actually 4 accounts now.
Probably
Thank God.
plenty. Yeah.
Yeah, my highest one is just south of 7.9, so I'm getting close to that 8.0 mark. So and I think the next one's like 7.6, I think. 7.7. So
Hmm. You
yeah.
have everything. You have everything on those
Yeah,
7.
on one account, I have just about everything. I only spend a little bit on just one account, and the others are just free to play. So
Ah.
they are not quite up to snuff as my best account, but
Oh.
they're there.
But
I hoard.
I guess everyone in the room is sort of a giant. Like we all have huge accounts, 5 million GP or more. I'm the
Uh
lowest,
huh.
and I'm 5.1. So that's really interesting because it's no wonder that this round table has kind of filtered down now 10 episodes in, 11 episodes, to the people who are really deep in it, who either really enjoy the game or are really invested in the game in various ways. And so it's it's up to me to extend the invitation to anybody hearing the sound of my voice. If you want to come to this roundtable chat and talk to us, um, we're going to do it on Monday nights for the foreseeable future, and so it's just in the voice chat on Discord. And this is not being streamed out live to YouTube this time, and you will only be able to catch it live. But you
Might
could
as well
hear a
promote it in the
recording.
meantime. Yep.
Yeah, somebody might watch the this video later, hear this. It's too late to go live, but next week, come on and see us. It's been fun. I like doing this broadcast for 10 episodes when Avi Nash ask me if I would do it again today. Sure, why not? There's a bunch of new stuff in the game since the last broadcast that we had, like this new
Yep.
Rancor raid. Tell me about that.
Oh God. It's pretty new out, and I I don't like the way that they made it challenging. In the sense, there's different ways to make a raid challenging, and this what it does is it cripples. And you're not able to use tunes as intended.
Yeah, you can't
So
stun them. You can't do turn meter removal. You can.
your turn meter, your GLs they're great for support, but not so great to hit. Only in certain circumstances can they hit a little bit better than others, and in different phases. But the one thing in the Rancor raid which really ticks me off is the penalty phases, the penalties that they have in each of the phases. The 20% increase for the Rancor. Every 20%, you get screwed more and more and more and more. The Rancor gets faster and more dangerous, and smacks, and you do less damage, less everything. So if you're hitting 1,000 above 80%, you're hitting like maybe lucky if you hit 10, lucky if you hit 10, or even less once you get below 20%. And
Mhm.
that's pretty bad. And honestly, this is a mobile game. It's not an MMO. You MMO has cooperation, or it's just basically a lot of people in one server type of a thing that play together. Mobile game is more, and what you were talking about before was it's convenience. It's convenience during the day to be able to do stuff, but the game has progressed into forcing people to do stuff at certain times, coordinate all 50 people in the guild, and that's a lot of people are not only tired of that, but a lot of people are quitting over this. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people quit over this Rancor raid. So,
That's interesting. I couldn't imagine necessarily quitting over it, but to me, why it's terrible game design is because they designed a new shiny thing that's completely inaccessible just to the way the game is designed. Like the
mm-hmm.
mode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is kind of a small screen and a limited time. You can still make progress. It's turn based in a way that does not require a real time interaction exactly at a certain hour on the clock. So they played everything against their strengths in the design of this raid. All the best parts of the game are, kind of cast to the side, and you have to play it more like it's a totally different game. Like you're saying, the characters don't work right. It's just totally inaccessible, and it's
Yeah,
it's a
here you
travesty.
spend, yeah, you spend like a year on a character, for example, a GL, and you have it, you modded it, you are so proud of yourself for getting this character done, and it took a year to do it, and you go into this raid and it's nerfed. I mean, not just nerfed, it's neutered. And is that fair? You can't use some of the specials. You can't, and you're like, why the hell do I have this tune? What good is it?
It's yeah. Uh, it's totally like the the case of the bad dungeon master when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. If the dungeon
Yeah.
master can't out imagine the players, then they really struggle to make anything both challenging and fun at the same time.
Right. And there's different ways to make it challenging and fun. For the high people. But in all essence, we need stuff for the middle and to the lower people. This just shuts out most everybody except for the very top people. And is that fair? No, it's not.
No.
Um, but granted, this is. It's a lot of the higher people that bitch and say, well, we want something hard. We want something challenging. We want this because we're bored. We've got everything done. Is that our fault that they're bored? No, it's not.
Hmm.
Because a lot of them pay for everything in the game, so that now they're bored because they have everything.
Well,
So yeah, and so it's but the rest of us, it's like I spent a little bit of money, not very much, but I still have a lot to do. I still have to catch up on a lot of stuff. And am I falling behind a little bit? Yeah, even with my big accounts, I'm still falling behind.
well, I guess maybe we should talk about the bright spots because unfortunately that thing that they introduced is not very good and it's just designed wrong and for various reasons. But there are some fun things going on lately in the game.
Well, I was going to ask Draven. Draven, have you guys tried the Rancor yet?
My guild has tried, but I cannot do anything in the Rancor. My highest characters are Relic 3. So the new Rancor is pointless to me. And what
Yeah,
really ticked me off was not that. They also made the tank symbol. So now the rare Rancor is symbol. The tank is now symbol. So now I have only one event that I can actually fight in now. Everything
right.
else is blocked off. Do you think that that's fun for us now? No.
No, they took away the other fun of the tank
Yeah,
raid.
exactly. Well, I mean, your guild can go, hey, you know what? We're just not going to sim the hat rate. I mean, they can do that. I mean, that's possible. They could take that off of sim.
But that would
But
be an
it,
unpopular move.
well, it all depends. I mean, if the majority, or you could rotate. You can say, hey, for this month, we're going to have all timed hat raids. The next month, we might do all simmed or every other or whatever. But it's not fair to the people lower than where I'm at.
And you're at
Matter of
seven
fact,
million.
I'm at almost 8 million. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
almost at 8 million, and it's like, and people not far below that are having difficulty. I have a 7.3 that's in a guild right now that can't complete the Rancor. Am I, and a lot of people want to move or quit because of it, and I'm like, think about it this way: you're only getting, beside it's crap rewards, honestly.
yeah.
You get one piece of the relic 8. What people think, oh well, once I get 20 of those I can get an R8. No, that's only one piece of the puzzle. You have to get nearly 200 pieces, salvage pieces of G12, to be able to complete the other half
Oh.
of that R8. So do you want to waste all that G12 gear that you're still trying to gear up not only your other tunes, but for salvages for your other relics that you need? It's people want the new shiny and people want it now. So people, this is like putting panic into people's heads. Oh, I have to get this Rancor done. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to. You don't have to R8 something. You don't have to R8 something now. If you have to wait a few months to be able to get something, then please, by all means, do it. Don't feel like you're behind. Everybody's going to be behind. Well, okay, except for the top 1%
Sure.
that do the raid and can do the raid. And even then, everybody's going to fight for those top spots because they did not distribute the gear evenly.
So
It's a
let's talk
guild.
about what's
Yeah.
been good for you. Um,
Oh my gosh. The Mando characters. I
yes.
love those. Those are so cool. Um, and it's been a good release this year with those characters because they're actually not only help some other low level characters that we can bring up with them, but the fact that their kits are cool and they all are interactive and they're interchangeable with some of the teams. So those have been a lot of fun. And you've got two characters that have Baby Yoda.
That's good.
So yes, so that's been pretty cool. I'm still working on getting Beskar Mando geared up, but um, just on one account I have them all,
That
but
sounds
they
like
still need
fun.
a lot.
I just got my
It is.
Grief Karga to 7 stars, and I've been using him with the bounty hunter teams in the Galactic Challenges. I wanted to say I've been enjoying the Galactic Challenges, the increased frequency, and then having multiple things going at once for the holidays. That has been fun because that's a spot where
It's
you could
been,
use some
yeah.
lower stuff too. That you've only got a few 7 stars, Gear 8 kind of moderate characters that are cool in combination in the right teams. You can use them on those lower tiers. Although they've eliminated some of that on certain events where you can just skip to the higher tier and get credit for the lower tier. So they took away something, but I see why they did that.
Yeah, you can see, yeah, especially with me with multiple counts, because after a while you just get tired of looking at it.
Yeah,
So, on one of them, a lot of times I'll just kind of do it per level. But I think that I like the Galactic Challenge. I'm getting to like it more and more. However, the one thing that they just recently changed was the boxes that you get at the end of the event. I really wish they would not do that. I
yeah,
think that they should, when you achieve whatever, you should get it immediately.
yeah. You should be able to cash out.
Yeah,
And there
because
could
it's
be
kind of
something
hard.
at the end too. Like if you wait till the end, that's fine. It sends it, maybe even with a slight bonus. But there should be a button to cash out when you're done. Then you get the instant gratification of earning that reward.
Well, and you're waiting for certain pieces that are in there to increase your mods.
Yep.
And you're having to wait those 3 days to be able to do it. In the meantime, you just locked in for TW or GAC, and you, because you didn't get that gear that you needed, the pieces to be able to up your mods, you lost out.
Yeah, they should
So,
absolutely let you cash that out when you're done earning banners or whatever. You should be able to push a button that's like, "I'll take my reward now, thanks."
well, I did like that when you see the different feats that you saw the different things that you could get.
Yes.
I did like that because I like to see what I'm getting. I don't like just seeing a box and not knowing what I'm getting per tier. I should say not per tier, per feat. I kind of want to see that, but I don't get to see that.
Yeah, the rewards have been okay on those, and then I think it's fun the ones where you got to go take your Jedi in and kill the same little guys as last time, or the bounty hunters, whatever. Those little events that have been going on during the holidays are fun.
Oh, the assault battles.
Yeah, all the different assault battles are running at once, you know?
Yeah, I like it, but I guess if I had one account, I would like it more. Um,
Yeah, you're on to something there. Uh,
but I get a lot of practice in, definitely. So I had to go back because I'm like, okay, which one was this? Which one of assault battles was this? I have to remember which tunes to take it. So I have to look back on my old videos. Oh,
mhm.
okay, I need to take this team in and be able to do it. Wonder if oh, Imperial troopers are like the bomb in some of these assault
Yeah.
battles. They are so cool. I've always loved the trooper boys.
Resistance droids, another fun way to like, you can play those assault battles differently and try them different ways. So they're actually a little bit interesting. So I've also had that feeling like, oh, what worked last time? What could I do now? Now that I have that the boss, Grief Karga. I tried to run it with Zam one time, Zam leader, and
Hmm.
Greedo Dengar for maximum thermal detonators, and sure enough, was able to go all the way through all of those scenes and got the little potency triangles you can get if you do this special move. I had 12 of those on Zam, and so then she just blew everyone. Her potency is so high, and her offenses after that, her thermal detonators were hitting for 50,000 damage.
Sweet. So, Draven, what do you think has been good in the game so far this year?
I agree with you about the what I call the Mando project, where, where you get one Mando and you got to build up to get the other Mando, which is interesting. But I always thought this is a plus and a negative. Why are we getting the armorist next month when we already have Mando in his new armor? Shouldn't we have gotten her first, and then Mando should have been next month?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
True, they
since
did release
he's
those
not,
pretty quickly.
Because
it's
that's the
just
way it
weird.
happened, I guess, in the game, in the show. your logic is they introduce these characters in different than chronological order. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, Mando couldn't get her his armor because the armor is not technically in the game yet. So he couldn't have his armor be milked. So he shouldn't be in the game right now.
Yep, they should be paying you to think of these things because you're totally right about that. They should have made you wait to get the armorer first. That's the point of having certain prerequisites, in my mind. Or that would make it a
Yeah.
And that
little.
way you could have this have Mando, new Mando, on New Year's. You know, you could have a New Year's event unlocking new Mando on New Year's. You know,
Mm.
because you could have had the armorers come out when new Mando did, and it would have worked out perfectly in timing.
Now, I must skirt this question carefully, but let's just pretend for a moment that our audience has no idea who's on The Mandalorian. They haven't seen an episode yet, but we know it's in Star Wars, right? So it could reintroduce some other Star Wars character, some surprise character, and that could be really fun. But we don't want to say if that happens or who it is. But what do you think is the potential to rework a character that's already in the game because they suddenly make a cameo on the Mandalorian show? That would be cool, right?
Oh, that is definitely has to be on the works. We're trying to not say who it is for those who have
Right.
not seen it.
Well, I know one of the things that they're trying not to do and that they have stopped doing is to rework a character.
Oh,
But what they are doing is they're introducing new characters that you can use these other characters with that particular tune.
so the new ones galvanize the faction a la Mon Mothma and or Chewbacca.
Yes.
Chupac.
Yeah.
Ah,
So you've got like Mon Mothma that came in and she can utilize some of those tunes that desperately needed upgrading. And instead of reworking individual tunes, like people been wanting Mace Windu to be reworked for a long time. Well, he's not going to get reworked. What's going to happen is that they're going to have new tunes. Like for example, when Cam gets up there, 7 stars or whatever, he can utilize Mace Windu pretty well. But I would say if there was going to be like a new leader or a new support character, that they would encompass certain tunes to be able to beef them up and provide them with a quote upgrade based on the centerpiece of one tune. Does
I
that make
like
sense?
that. Yeah, so they're not changing the character you invested in, like your original Darth Sidious or whatever,
Yeah.
but there could be a new character that Darth Sidious's friend who's also making a cameo on The Mandalorian. That kind of thing that would kind of bring him back. Maybe. Because
Yeah.
then they could sell you a whole new character, which they like and we like. So this is good.
So,
Okay.
which is it's a better thing because if you start reworking all of the tunes, the old tunes, just to make them usable, you've got all these other tunes in the game now. You've got all these tunes that have a multitude of different skills. So if you have to cross check everything, so if you're going to give this tune a boost or a new talent or a new Zeta, then you have to cross check it with all these other tunes in the game to make sure it doesn't conflict with something.
Yeah, I
So by
remember
only
how,
providing,
like,
yeah,
Finn's
by providing
Zeta.
only one character, right?
Finn's old Zeta was so broken because of exactly this. He's a new character in the new movie that was hot. They gave him this crazy Zeta. And then basically that just one thing as his leadership popping exposes. It could clear every event and every part of every table in the game because it gave such an advantage. So they accidentally do that all the time in this game.
Right.
And that's why they don't want to make a revision to an old character because they could accidentally make them super powered.
Right. And it's better to provide one character that can interact with the rest of the Swogo universe and the old tunes rather than upping 100 tunes.
Hmm.
If you think about it that way. So it's just easier that way instead of having to cross check all the time. So, because I had talked about this on another live stream that I was on quite a while ago about them doing this, because they're wondering why people aren't upgrading the individual tunes. Well, I told them because they're bringing in other toons to be either the leader, support, or synergize with these other toons that are being left behind.
Yes. Just a quick question to everyone then. I'd be curious to know what's the biggest screen that you've ever played this game on, and how big was it, and what was the story? I used the BlueStacks and projected it to my home television, which is a modest, I suppose, 40-inch television. So I played on this game on a 40-inch TV with the sound turned up loud, and it was good.
Nice. I haven't tried it on my. I haven't done it on my TV. I've got my 15-inch laptop screen and my 20 some odd inch computer screen that I kind of switch back and forth with.
20 inches is really good, and I think the game looks great at that size, doesn't it? I mean, the graphics look pretty good
Oh yeah, absolutely.
for a phone game. Draven, what's the biggest screen you've played on?
Really, we're actually going to go into inches. I'm just had to make the joke. Sorry. But biggest screen I have, I think my TV screen in this room right now is like 45, 46 inches. I don't know. No, the outside. I'm just looking at it. It's a close to be. It's under 50 inches. I know because we have another 50-inch screen in another room, and I've played on that one before. I've done it on my laptop, done it on my cell phone, done it on the tablet. I've played on multiple devices.
Yeah,
I've never played on the phone. My game was never on a
Really?
phone. Yeah, my game was never on a phone.
I've even played on
Yeah.
like an iPhone 5C, like a five,
When
4.5-inch screen.
when it first came out, I had it on like this Android tablet that I have, which is a 10.1 screen, and it comes with a little keyboard as well. Best tablet I have ever gotten in my entire life, by the way, and it's purple, which is my favorite color. And then I started getting these other accounts. So I thought, okay, well, I got a deal on these little tiny, it's about little more than, I'd say Android phone size is about what they are. These other little tablets. And the company shipped me extras by accident.
Oh,
So I have a picture somewhere of me playing on my computer, my laptop. I had four of the tiny um little tablets and my purple tablet. So I had
wow.
all of these lined up on my desk that I had different accounts on. Oh yeah, it was pretty cool.
That sounds like fun.
I
I
Yeah, I
have
used to play.
a small projector, but I haven't really done it yet. I could put it on the projector, I guess.
Oh yeah, projected on like the side of a house or something.
Yeah, I can't see anything on daytime outdoors because it's a cheapy gaming projector, but I have tried watching movies on the ceiling with that, so that's been fun. Um,
Uh huh.
okay, how was Christmas Territory War? How'd you like that? The TW on Christmas. Did you win?
Uh, yes, on both accounts that I was doing it on. I was trying to remember. One account I didn't opt in. I just didn't want to do a whole lot. I didn't want to have like a whole lot going on, so I just had two accounts in two different guilds, and both guilds, I think, pretty much won. I wasn't even paying attention. I never even got to do offense on either. Oh, on one of them, I never got to do offense. They cleared it within 3 hours. The
Huh.
other guild, I got a couple hits in, and then it was a feeding frenzy, is what it was.
Yeah, kind of us too. We had said only join if you know you're going to have time to play with us on Christmas
Yeah,
Day for the attack.
right.
So instead of, 48, 47 people, we had, between 30 and 40, I'll say. So we dropped way down in the on the chart to much lower ranked guild. And it's really interesting to fight them when you got 30 people and they had more accounts than us, but just a much lower part of the chart there. And
Right. Yeah.
the
Yeah, because
people,
it's like it was.
There
there
was
was
a
no
feeding
reason.
frenzy. It was the people who
Yeah,
had time to do offense were able to get in there and kill 7 or 8 teams sometimes in some sections.
right. I think with CG, they've got to look at the darn calendar. It's like, good grief. All they had to do was say, you know what, we're going to skip this one TW because it's the holiday season.
It's a fairly
Everybody have a
well-known
great time.
holiday. You know, people around the world
Yeah.
do have this in their different countries. It's, you know, it's not a
So,
certain
yeah, they could have
ethnicity
just
or something.
skipped
You
this
know,
one, no
yeah.
matter what. Yeah. It's just certain times that they should just skip that part of it. And it's like, it's ridiculous to have offense day on Christmas Day.
it's
That was
sort
just
of
dumb.
it's sort of wrong to have all these special events that I like. You know, they added all these other things that usually aren't happening all at once. Instead,
Oh,
what the
God.
the
Yeah.
game designers should have done is said everything's on the bare minimum this week. There's no territory war. There's no, you're not going to Geonosis on Christmas. Everybody chill out and interact with your family, and we'll see you in January. Happy New Year. Have a fun time at your
Yeah.
New Year's party. Because there's nothing live in the game. There's no events. There's nothing.
Uh huh. Yep. Exactly. And that will help people not quit the game. That will help people just relax a little more, saying, "Oh yeah, they really do care," kind of attitude.
Yeah, I
But
mean that's
yeah,
good. That'd be good for business, wouldn't it? If they said, "Oh,
yeah, it would.
everybody take a couple days off. This is Christmas." You know.
Exactly. This is just a holiday. Take some time off, enjoy your family. You don't have to figure out some amount of time that you have to stick your face in the game.
Yeah, and go hide from your kin folks on the toilet. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
I appreciate anyone's dedication who actually, they had turkey and mashed potatoes in one hand and they're hiding the phone under the table trying to complete their territory war battles. I don't know what kind of
Right.
sacrifices people made to make it happen, but thanks for the win. I mean, we did beat them.
Yeah, I slept in on Christmas Day. I slept in, and when I woke up, I logged in. I had my coffee and everything and logged in. I'm kind of checking everything, and somebody was talking about the TW, and I said, "How's it going?" They said, "We're done." And I went, "What?" I just woke up. So I didn't get to do nothing.
Ah, well, okay. That's about it
So
for
that
me. You
was
got
nice.
anything you want to say? We've been talking for 40 minutes. We can cut it off anytime. Let's all say one more topic before we call it a night.
Okay. Draven, is there anything you want to talk about?
Oh, I hope everybody have had a great Christmas and a happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yay.
You got any special goals or plans for Star Wars in the next few weeks here, Draven?
Yeah, get Malik unlocked.
Oh, get Malik unlocked. I think you said you had done part of the event but haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, you were talking about TW. What happened with TW? I set my defense, and then I pretty much stripped my mods and put mods on my light side and tried to do it. And then I stripped more mods off and tried to do it. And I finally did it a couple hours before Christmas, around 8 o'clock, around this time on Christmas Eve. And then the next day, I had to go through and remod all my tunes.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, then. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. That's the fun part when you guys like, okay, now I have to remod everything.
Now,
Yeah.
do you do mod loadouts?
I what I did was whenever I loaded my mods, the best mods could I saved those mods, and then whenever I tried it again, I saved those mods. That way, if I wanted to go back to the old mods set that I tried out, I had it, but I did not save every
Uh-huh.
character.
I also, when I had to remod for that, I couldn't really go save every character and bring the mods exactly back how they were. Besides, my mods were so stagnant that when I was forced to do all that remodding, I think I remodded 3 times for that event, for the light side part. Um, it's probably good to stir it around and get rid of some old mods that have been on there for a couple years.
Right. Yeah, what I do is I do loadouts for characters that have all, good mods. Not all of the good mods, but sometimes I'll pick a mod off of a particular character. So I'll do loadouts for those tunes. And what you can do is you can kind of do it alphabetically. You can create a tab that has like from A to E and then from F to J, something like that. So you're not loading in every single character into one tab. So it's kind of easy to find something you want to load with. And then I create a tab with a specific event. Like for example, when I do my cam shards, I have specific.
Wow, that's a great idea. That's a detailed analysis of how to do that. I haven't done it to that degree for a while, but I know what
Pick a
you're
mod
talking
from
about.
another character. But then I just go through and I just do all the loadouts, put them back on their original characters and stuff. So it ends up taking maybe about 5 minutes to put all the mods back on. But that's just a hint. If I know some people don't like to do loadouts, but
Yeah, I like what you're saying, and that sometimes can help. Like, even just at the simplest level, if you got, let's say, your arena team is Jedi Knight Revan, and all your fastest mods are already on Revan, you could make a loadout that clones Revan's mods that's called Old Revan. Then, whatever you move those mods to for the event, you can always put Old Revan back on to Revan at the end. So, in,
exactly.
in
And that's
some
what you can do
cases,
for several different, yeah, because if you're going to steal mods off of a character like B1, B2, General Grievous, Bastille Fallen, create I just usually have a tab that says extra on it, or you could have it little split up alphabetically so you're not loading a whole lot of them in one tab. And that's the all the old stuff. You don't even have to mark it as old. And then I have tabs for say cam or tabs for power assault battles or something else that I'm doing. And those are the special mods. And that I will change the name saying like Rex cam or Shakti cam,
I
and so
like
that just
that.
makes it easy. Yeah, it just makes it easier for me. For like JKL, Jedi Knight Luke, I have two sets of mods for him. One slow. If he's in the lead, he needs to be slow. And then if he is just a support character, then I want him faster. So I have his fast mods. So I'll put JKL 165 for the speed and JKL 226 for his other speed. So that gives me an idea of what to switch to and what I need to use. So there's all kinds of things you can do for loadouts that really help you out. It's just a matter of just kind of practicing and figuring out what you like to do, what's easiest for you.
I had the first trick, the thing of making those mod loadouts, but what you added for me tonight was the idea of making the tabs because it just got so bogged down with, 100 loadouts on that first tab.
Mhm. Yeah, and you want to make sure when you change the mods on a particular character that it just starts to become a habit. You go into that alphabetical tab, define the character, delete that character, and then create the new loadout for that character. If you upgraded a mod, you can keep the same loadout because
Yeah.
it'll automatically update for you. But if you change a mod permanently, then you want to delete the old one and create a new loadout. Because if you're using another character and that character is going to be using, say, Bastille of Fallens, and you've got new mods on her, and it's going to pull from all these characters, and you're going to go, oh, crap, no, I can't do that. I need to delete this one, reload her new mods. Then I could put her on on Rex himself. And that way it'll show only Bastila going to Rex instead of all these different other characters,
That's funny
if that
because,
makes any
yeah, your system sounds like some work, but it's actually less work once you're within it. Once you start doing
Yes.
that, it's much easier than
It just
individual
becomes a
mod.
habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of start become a habit. Yeah.
I like that advanced tip. Thank you. Got
Yeah,
any clothing
Jason,
closing stuff?
always more work, but it always pays out at the end. It always makes it faster. It's
Mhm.
Yeah, to have it set up right. Okay, well, from me, I don't really have any important closing thoughts other than we talked about all the fun stuff that I've been enjoying, those events that took away from the holidays, and not the Rancor raid, but the territory war was really fun. Actually, the last GAC was pretty good too. I lost a couple rounds that I was still just amused at how it all went down, and I really liked this last guy who beat me, but he put his SLKR and Darth Revan to the south, so that I was completely blocked from going to the south. And either he did a real deep analysis of a lot of my GA wins, or I don't know, but that totally blocked it because I took his whole north side with no problem, but it just wasn't enough banners, and I couldn't do anything on the south. So anyway, I lost, but I felt like somebody beat me intelligently and not just with sheer firepower, and so that was fun.
Right.
I learned by getting beat that time.
Awesome.
Yep. Avi, you got anything to say before we stop the recording for this time?
Uh, hopefully everybody's 21-21 year is going to be a lot better, and please stay safe and healthy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And if not both, then get better soon. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll come at you again next Monday. And this has been Bulbous Alliance Roundtable Chat. We are out. Good night. Bye.